In our Parshas Vayechi, we're doing the Komarna now. In Vayechi, we find that Yaakov Avinu gives the bracha to each of the Shvatim. He speaks about each of the Shvachim, gives brachas, and everything he says there teaches us a lesson of avoda, and also is meant to give us and relate to us. So all of these different things that he said to them, it could be he said other things to them. What's recorded in the Torah is there because there's many levels that relate to every Yid, every Jewish person. So the Komarna reveals towards the end of Dawn, Yaakov says, Yeshuascha kivisi Hashem, and Rashi goes to his Mahalech, right? That we're talking about here. Shimshon, he's going to lose his eyesight. He'll have to ask Hashem again for help. Fine, very good. Let's hear from Dawn. But the Komarna teaches us a few beautiful lessons from this Yeshuascha kivisi Hashem. He says, first of all, you have to know Yeshuascha kivisi Hashem, that the kivui, that hope brings Yeshua. Hoping to Hashem brings us the Yeshua. It's an incredible koch. The koch of hope is an incredible koch. And he says, when a person says Yeshuascha kivisi Hashem, so that can mean a lot of things. Right? It can mean your delivery of me. But the Komarna says it means the delivery kivyachol of Hashem. The delivery of Hashem, because Hashem is bitzar when the Yid is bitzar. So maybe the delivery of Hashem is when we are zoche to hope to Him and look to Him, then we are delivered, and we deliver also the union of the Shechina. All this union of the Shechina is there's two different kochos, two different things that we deal with. On the one hand, mitzad Hashem, everything's the same, it's all one, there's no world, there's no people, there's nothing, it's just Him like it was before. He created this place, Kilu, that's hard for us to understand. It's going to be where it's going to be a hischalkus. It's going to be a division of different hashpos and different people and different situations and everything. Right? Everything comes together, and we're supposed to take this seemingly divided world with millions of different things and bring it back to one, like Rabbi Nachman talks about. And part of this concept, that's the Eden of what Malchus is about. The Eden of Malchus is about. The Eden of Malchus is about being Mamlech Hashem, because that has to do with how He divides up and makes it seem like things are separate. So one person is Mamlech Hashem, means one thing, Mamlech Hashem another thing. So the way the Komarna is explaining is he's saying that you have this, and that's of course the Bechin of Yehuda, like the Avodas Halevi says he has a lot to say about this idea of Yehuda with the Dalid, this idea of the Dalus, person who doesn't. You have to be a kli in order to get his chalkus, in order to break things down. We have to be worthy, and we have to have vessels. We have to realize we're missing, or whatever it is. Because he has a whole Indian. What's Yehuda? What's Yosef? But actually, the Indian is that this Yeshuascha kivisi Hashem is that we're hoping to your Yeshua Hashem, that you will be delivered by redeeming us, kivyachol, whatever this means. Because Hashem is a tzar when we're bitzar. So that's what the Komarna says. That's how he explains this Yeshua to Hashem. It's when the Jewish people are hoping to Him. Complete emunah. In this manner, a person is able to bring all the best hashpos easily. That's just it. The most incredible hashpos he brings down with ease. That's one thing the Komarna says. And another thing he says that you have to know that when there's a group of Yidden together, they have a tremendous koach. There's an incredible koach when the Jewish people are together. We say over, the Chassidish Sfarim say you have this bechina, this union of a mikveh, that a mikveh is connected to another mikveh. You have a regular body of water, you connect to a mikveh, it becomes tar. The same thing when you have a person has his own problems, but he connects to the kal, to the klal, it gets much easier. You were speaking about possibly a shir or whatever. When you're part of a shir or part of a koil or part of a situation, It's a million times easier to get things done the way they should be done than just going on solos. I'm like, okay, I'll do it myself. It's like, well, you might do it yourself, you might not. The Gemara says, "Move us the yuchaliskon," that something that's twisted, I guess, or a mistake, or a blemish, however you want to say what the word means. Lavet means to twist or to pervert. That can't be fixed is when you had a chabura that was doing a mitzvah, you were part of the chabura, and you just sort of cut out. It's like you're not going to get it done unless you're zocher to get it done. You could get it done, but if you don't, so then you lost out. So everyone has their own. They have to figure out where to be mishtayech to somewhere where people are being uplifted. And this is a lot, again, this idea of the group. This is the idea of a group. The Kuzari says that when you have a minyan, when people daven with a minyan, when you daven with a minyan, he says it's sure to be that at least one person is going to be davening with kavanah. Stama, like each part of davening, he's more focused today, he's more up today, it's more you, more this, more connected. He said, so that, because we're a group, and everyone's feels get lifted up and because that person. So it's not the same when you daven you're on your own. So the Alter Nevardik, he actually davened 8 years on his own, even on their own. He said, I want to work on my davening. But he was a very real person. Rav Wolbe said most people are davening on their own. Instead of in shul, they're davening less good. It's not as good as you would be in shul. In shul, you'll do better. Why? Because there's an oilam, there's a matziv. It's not so pashut unless you have a real reason why you go to shul. What's the trouble? So it's hard, whatever it is, whatever it is. But the ma'isa, a person has to be miskaber as much as possible because it's a big inyan. And especially, like you said, you have 10 yidden, 10 kosher yidden talking good things, doing good things, and it's a tremendous koach. Even less also. Koshkin, the shechin is right there. It's very, very koach. So this is in the Yeshua's Kavisi Hashem that we're hoping to Yeshua. That there's something completely different about a collective hoping. The first piyat is a person's hoping, and that brings back what downs all the Yeshua's no minyan. That's the first thing he says. But the second thing he says is that this idea of the collective hoping is stronger than just a person on his own. When you're part of a rabbim, it's a totally different situation. It's a totally different thing. And every person, he has to always feel like he's part of the rabbim. Now, I guess I'll tell the story of Rav Yank Galinsky told the story I always say over from the Yochiv Rab and Loch Karab. I love this. It's a beautiful piece. Told over many times. Hope I'm not boring anyone. But actually, the beautiful Yochiv Rab and Loch Karab. He says that he was taken when they came to Siberia. There was like I think 80 or 90 boys from Novardik were sent to Siberia. They were caught one Shabbos, and they were like a lot of other boys. The Novardikers were very aware that they got away from the Russians. And they were able to hide. And of the boys who managed to stay in Novardik and they weren't caught that Shabbos, almost everyone died. Like everybody else. The Nazis took over, and surviving the Nazis was a super duper miracle, and it took many miracles. It wasn't pashut, generally speaking. But he said almost all the boys who went to Siberia, so terrible and so hard, all of them survived. Because you're working, but they were young, and they were this, and they were together, they were whatever. Actually, yeah, he said that right after he was taken, he was taken aside from all the other boys. He was left to language, and they started to say, you did this, and you did that, sign this, you're a counter-revolutionary, you're this, you're that. And he's like, no, I didn't do any of this stuff. So they come in, your friend so-and-so signed, and he said, and he's dead, and he's this. They gave him a whole sipur. He's killed all alone, and either people are signing, or they're changing, or they're thus, and he has to also be. So he said, I remember, I don't know if what they're saying is true. Maybe it's true, maybe he did sign, maybe they did kill Plony, maybe. He said, but all I know is this. In Novardik, there was a, I think it's Alpi the Gura. I think it's Alpi the Gura, though, this Mahalach, which is that we have a saying that we say when a person is going on his way. Yochid v'rabim halacha karabim. You're not supposed to leave a person without a halacha. And there's a Kabbalistic sources already say Yochid v'rabim halacha karabim is a shame Hashem. Yud Vav Hey and Chaf. It's a shame that has a shmira to it. Fine, very nice. But he says the idea, I think the Goyen, if I'm not mistaken, he says that the idea is that Yochid v'rabim halacha karabim means that a person's with the rabbim. You have to know that you're always with the rabbim. You're always with the rabbim. I'm always with the rabbim. I'm connected to the rabbim. That's who I am. That's where I am. So I have to stay connected. I have to, even if I'm alone, I'm not really alone. Because you're going with the rabbim. Allah is like the rabbim because you're going with the rabbim. You're a part of the rabbim. He's like, no, I'm a Nevadiker. I'm not alone. Doesn't matter if everyone else who came with me is dead. Doesn't make a difference. I'm not alone. I'm not signing anything. I'm not doing anything. He's very chazak. And eventually, after 2 weeks of this interesting situation with them, he was released, and everyone had the same matziv. They took everyone to separate rooms in Siberia, and they did the same pressure, and everyone did the same thing. The Varikos had a good chinuch. They're like, no, what do you mean I'm alone? Maybe I'm physically alone, but that doesn't matter, because I'm part of a rabbin. It doesn't make a difference if right now I'm alone. And that's part of why it says shmira, because the person stays with the rabbin, he's connected to the rabbin. That's this idea of, the Gemara says that a person who's the people in the fields, the shlich tzibur is mitzi their davening. They didn't know how to daven. They were working, and they wouldn't Parshas daven. The shlich tzibur was able to be motzi their tefillas. It's the same thing. A person is hard for the Hashem. Shmuel brings it about someone who couldn't even daven b'chlal. He said the shlich tzibur is mitzi you. Any shlich tzibur, and certainly because again, the person the minute he's connected, he's part of a rabbin, becomes something totally different. It's not just himself. With himself, it's harder. You're with the rabbin. The good comes out, and it's able to shine through and able to connect the way it's supposed to connect. So these are the two basic yisodos. Yisod number one is bitachon. We say from the Ramchal, a person kav the lashon of kav is like a direct line, like a phone line. You're forging a direct line to Hashem. He said this type of lachim, take tefillas up, whatever. Because it's not. That's not relevant. That's not what really happens. What really happens is that's only what happens when a person's not on a level of real kivui. When your davening is really fired, you don't need any angels. It just goes direct line to the kisei hakavod. So he says you need angels because it was good davening. You were for whatever. You were part of the minyan, whoever. What? But it's not the same person's with whole heart. He's keeping mechaber to Hashem. He is keeping to Hashem his whole heart, and then that's b'chalal not what we need, right? So that's number one, and number two is connecting to a rabbin, connecting in whatever way I can, connecting and being connected to a rabbin. And when a person is able to connect to a rabbin, it's a totally different story, completely different. And he's different also. It's not the same. A person, it says taiva, right? Yuvakish nifra, that taiva is like being alone. Alone is good for taivas. It's good for negative things. It's good for all these things. The Yitzhara likes to get a person alone, and then suddenly he has this idea and that idea, and the other idea, and things have start to happen. He's like, "What happened here?" Just like that's not the idea. The more he's part of something, the better it is. Hashem shall be zocheh to connect the way we're supposed to connect, to do what we're supposed to do, to down with minyanim, and to find the shiurim. Minyanim, we just started Daf Yomi. That's the biggest rabbi. Like Rabbi Nachman says, when you were with the Kali, he said, I would want very much that the Yidden should learn a daf, at least a daf a day. So he says, way before Meir Shpir was born. He says, because then it's kilu, everyone is together, and you're also part of a rabbi. Learning Daf Yomi in general as a rabbi. We're just starting again, Baruch Hashem. Hashem should be zocheh to all the good areas, all the inyanim, and to really hope to him, be'emes.